Namaskar Mitro. Today we are going to take a look at the brand new RDK S100 from D-Robotics, test its AI capabilities and then use it to build something really interesting. An OpenClaw controlled AI robotic arm that can understand commands, detect objects and sort cubes automatically. So let's get started. Opening the box, we get the RDK S100 board itself, sleek, solid and clearly designed for advanced AI and robotics workloads. Inside the RDK S100 developer kit, we also get a powerful 90-watt power supply to power the board. For this board, I also have the RDK S100 camera expansion board, which provides 2 MIPI camera interfaces and 4 GMSL camera interfaces, making it suitable for multi-camera robotics and vision applications. And I also have the MCU expansion board, which extends the board MCU interface capabilities and adds support for Ethernet, CAN FD, ADC and several other industrial and robotics focused interfaces. Now before we power it on, let's take a quick look at the hardware. As you can see, the board offers a plenty of connectivity options including USB ports, Ethernet, HDMI, quick link Type-C port, camera interfaces, expansion connectors and much more. I am not going to spend too much time explaining every port individually because D-Robotics already provides an excellent interactive overview on their RDK S100 landing page. If you'd like detailed hardware information, definitely check that out. The RDK S100 is built specifically for AI and robotics applications. It features a powerful CPU subsystem, an integrated GPU, dedicated AI acceleration hardware, and something that D-Robotics calls a dual-brain architecture. On one side, you have 6 Cortex A78AE CPU cores and the BPU AI accelerator delivering up to 80 TOPS of AI computing performance. On the other side, you have 4 Cortex R52 real-time MCU cores designed specifically for deterministic control and robotics applications. This means the board can simultaneously handle perception, decision making, and real-time control on a single platform. Alright, that's enough talking about the specifications. Let's connect the Ethernet cable, keyboard, mouse, HDMI display, and finally power it up. And there we go, the boards boot into Ubuntu 22.04, which comes pre-installed. I spent several hours using the board just like a normal computer. I watched YouTube videos, played back 4K content, browsed various websites, and generally explored the desktop environment. The experience was surprisingly smooth. In the case of OpenClaw, this can be particularly helpful since you are often installing development tools, dependencies, and experimental software that you may not necessarily want on your primary workstation. Now let's talk about the AI performance. To evaluate the AI capabilities of the RDK S100, I decided to run YOLO V11 object detection. At first, I thought the system was limited to around 30 FPS, but after checking the logs, I found that YOLO V11 inference was taking only about 5 to 6 milliseconds per frame. The 30 FPS limit was actually coming from the camera and demo pipeline, not the AI accelerator itself, leaving plenty of performance headroom available. If you would like to explore benchmark numbers for different AI models, you will find the performance documentation linked in the description. Now it's time for the main project. We are going to build an OpenClaw controlled robotic arm capable of detecting, sorting and organizing colored cubes. For all AI, computer vision and OpenClaw related tasks, we are obviously going to use the RDK S100. Now technically, I could have used the onboard Cortex R52 real-time MCU cores for low-level robotic control because that's exactly what they were designed for. However, for this first prototype, I decided to use an ESP32C3 instead. The reason is simple, it allowed me to accelerate development and focus primarily on the AI interaction layer and OpenClaw integration. After exploring different robotic arm designs, I found one that perfectly matched the requirements of this project. So let's print all the parts and begin assembly. And after a lot of printing, assembling, writing and testing, the robotic arm is finally ready. This is a 4 degree of freedom robotic arm, perfect for this project. Now let's connect the ESP32C3 to the main PC and upload the firmware. I have already created a GitHub repository for this project and you will find the ESP32C3 code there. Alright, the code has been uploaded successfully. Now let's disconnect it from the main PC and connect it directly to the RDK S100. As we are using serial communication between the ESP32C3 and the RDK S100. The next step is setting up OpenClaw and creating the Python scripts required to control the robotic arm. For that, we are going to use RDK Studio. I have already installed RDK Studio on my PC and logged in. Connecting the board is as simple as entering the IP address of the RDK S100. Once connected, you can access the terminal, file browser, remote desktop, and even use Mouse, the built-in board AI agent. Mouse can help create scripts, debug issues, execute commands, and significantly speed up development. Now, just like Mouse, we can also deploy OpenClaw as a board agent. Simply open the board agent section, click Start Deploy, and after a few minutes, the board is ready to accept and execute tasks. Now let me show you a quick example. I have connected a USB camera to the RDK S100 and mounted it above the robotic arm. Now let's ask OpenClaw to create a Python script that displays a live camera feed. As you can see, OpenClaw generated the script and executed it directly on the board. This makes experimenting with ideas and building prototypes much faster. Later, I created another script using OpenCV to detect colors of cubes and bins and determine whether a cube was present in a particular location. Now let's clone the repository. You can follow the instruction provided in the repository. First, switch from the root user to Sunrise user, then clone the repository, install the required dependencies, and navigate into the project directory. Once everything is installed, the robotic arm is almost ready. At this point, you can already control the arm manually through the terminal using simple commands. To allow OpenClaw to control the robotic arm using natural language, we need to teach it how the arm works. We can do that through the skill workshop. Create a new skill, give it a name, upload the robotic arm.md file or simply paste the contents and then click deploy to device. Once deployed, OpenClaw understands how to communicate with the robotic arm. Now instead of manually entering low-level commands, we can control the entire system using natural language. Alright, now let's give OpenClaw some tasks and see how it performs. As you can see, the system is working exactly as expected. It's able to detect cubes, pick them up, place them into bins and even sort them according to their color. Now let me explain what's happening behind the scenes. The camera mounted above the robotic arm captures the workspace while the RDK S100 processes the image and identifies the colored cubes and sorting bins. OpenClaw then interrupts the user request, decides which cubes needs to be picked and send the appropriate commands to the ESP32C3 over serial communication. The ESP32C3 controls the servos and executes the required movement. The main goal of this project was to demonstrate how OpenClaw can act as an intelligent robotics interface running on the RDK S100. In the next version, I plan to implement full inverse kinematics, allowing the robotic arm to dynamically calculate trajectories and pick or place objects anywhere within its workspace. Overall, I've been genuinely impressed by the RDK S100. The robotic arm was just a simple demonstration of what the RDK S100 is capable of, but the board is powerful enough for much larger applications such as autonomous robots, quadruped robots, on-device AI, and industrial automation. If you would like to learn more about the RDK S100, make sure to check out the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more robotics, AI, and DIY projects. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one.